trouble with it in the past during this series, but now they're getting the ball within one pass to someone, a great ball handler in the middle, who can now get past that first wave of defenders and find those 3-on-1, 3-on-2 situations.
Lambier's 12th free throw in the 7th game. There's John Paxson, who re-injured his right ankle while coming down hard in the third quarter of game number 6, and talked with him last night and again today. Just not much chance he could really go. He said he had a little mobility today. Lambier, who's broken out of the slump. You saw that graphic on Bill Lambier's shooting percentage in Chicago, 26%. That includes the other night when he broke out of a slump because he had been 1 of 13. Jordan. Nice soft bounce.
Well, the Pistons pressure did what it wanted to, throw the Bulls out of their rhythm.
Edwards misses at the other end.
But he gets the rebound, and that's what's killing the Bulls right now.
5:40 to go, third quarter. A 15-point Detroit lead at the half. Isaiah Thomas helped ignite that lead. And here's Michael Jordan with 20 points now. He's almost at the point where he's got to take it upon himself, doesn't he?
Well, he does, but what he is doing right now is recognizing when he's doubled and tripled, and he still has enough confidence in his teammates to hit them. Bill Cartwright with a nice job, like on the baseline.
In this period, Chicago 6 of 13. Chuck Daly senses a little bit of a trend he doesn't like. So he calls timeout with 5:12 to go. Detroit still up 63.
Players right now, they really don't want to handle the pressure of a 7 game. They really off. And Detroit's really playing well. But I think the key is Isaiah's really got them going, got them sparked. And the bench, Mark Aguirre and John Sally, really played well for them.
We heard you're taking Isaiah to dinner, so congratulations. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. If he come out with this victory, I definitely will. You know, it's just he's a great competitor, and he sparked the Pistons to their lead right now.
Great. Thank you, Magic. Back to you, Vern.
All right, Magic, I think back to what Pat O'Brien said at the beginning of the telecast, Lenny, when he talked to Isaiah this morning. He said, they've got the hunger. They meaning Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, but we've got the wisdom. We've been here before.
Well, certainly that makes the difference. But you don't want to put all the pressure, if you're one of the Bulls, on your teammate Michael Jordan. You've got to share some of that. And when you have a superstar who can carry you, he'll do it in spurts, but you have to win as a team.
22-point lead has been cut down to 14 now, 63-49. And a foul called underneath the basket. John Sally's getting ready to come back in. James Edwards will get a rest. Foul was on Michael Jordan. That's his second non-shooting foul. Isaiah Thomas, Dennis Rodman, Lambier. They'll do an isolation play now. Rodman, little pick and roll. There's the roll. They settle for Lambier spotting up and then find Dumars in the corner. It worked perfectly except for the shot that did not go in. 63-49, a chance to get now within 12. Here's Jordan. He finds Horace Grant underneath, and Grant can't buy a bucket.
Well, that's when you have to stick your nose in there and draw the foul. Grant decided to fade away. Got a little cute with it. This is the 7th game. You got to lay everything out there.
Goes back to what perhaps Magic Johnson was just talking about. Horace Grant now 2 of 12 from the field. Rodman pick and roll again. This time Hodges stays with Rodman, and the switch. Isaiah Thomas, no. Jordan with a rebound. 3:50 to go, third quarter. Hodges for 3. Oh boy, big basket for the Bulls. That's his second of the ball game from 3-point range.
Well, the Bulls with pressure right now, but they've started to do what they need to. They've slowed the pace. They've executed. You don't need an awful lot of execution. A pick here, a pick there to change the defense. Make them move a bit, and you'll find an opening.
Just sense the Bulls working on defense a little harder. Offensive foul called. And now the Chicago team, which trailed 61-39 and is on a 13-2 run, can get it to a single-digit margin. Pippen penetrates, kicks out to Hodges. 3 points. with a rebound. Well, Chuck Daly sensed it a moment ago. The crowd's getting restless now. Dumars, Isaiah Thomas. Lambier is fouled by Craig Hodges. That's his third. Rodman will inbound. 15-point halftime margin. The winner gets Portland. The NBA Finals begin Tuesday night on CBS at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Trailblazers with a wonderful season. They tied Detroit for the second best regular season record in the league. Dumars, look at the defensive job Jordan's doing. Look at him go to the baseline, but there is a foul.
Certainly spreading the floor and then penetrating has allowed the Pistons guards to find a lot of cutters going to the basket. That's what they want to do now. Knowing the Bulls have to extend their defense to put some pressure on them, the Pistons are trying to use that aggressiveness against the Bulls.
Foul was called on Horace Grant, not on Michael Jordan. Sally gets the roll. Coming up next, final round of the Kemper Open from Washington, D.C. Steve Jones had the lead going into the final round. That's coming up next at the conclusion of our game. Steve Jones now at 12 under par, having started today at -11. And lane violation. Even though Sally missed it, he gets another chance.
That's going to break your heart if you're the coach, and we saw Phil Jackson without a happy look on his face.
Again. 64-52.
Chuck Daly's time to have a broken heart.
Michael Jordan, 20 points in the ball game. Scottie Pippen. 9 on the shot clock. Dennis Rodman shadows Pippen on the baseline. The ball almost stolen. Hodges is going to have to throw this one up. He does. That almost went in. Cartwright with the follow, rejected by John Sally. Here's Thomas at the other end. Blocked by Hodges. Foul on Hodges.
Well, when the Bulls look back on this game, and in the event that they lose, there are certain points of it that they can certainly say that they gave the effort. Craig Hodges had saved that ball and allowed Bill Cartwright with that opportunity. Then he hustles back and makes a pretty good play. He gets a piece of Isaiah Thomas's arm. But you need those kinds of plays, and you hope that that kind of effort instills the desire in your teammates to prevent that same kind of effort.
Stacey King replaces Craig Hodges, who has to sit down now with his 4th foul of the ball game. Isaiah Thomas, 1 of 2. The lead is back to 13. It was at 22 early in this half. The lead was 15. Detroit at halftime. Michael Jordan, Joe Dumars. Stripped by Dumars and Sally, and a foul call.
You can almost understand the crowd. You certainly can't play defense any better than Joe Dumars played at that particular point.
100 consecutive sellout crowd. They've only played 100 games in the Palace at Auburn Hills, where the defending world champions are playing their first 7th game of the series in the NBA playoffs at home. Michael Jordan gets the first free throw. And the Pistons are up 65-53 right now. Winner gets Portland in the NBA Finals. Vern Lundquist, Glenn Elmore, Leslie Visser, and Pat O'Brien here. Sally will inbound. Here's the trap.
Well, the last play, they put Michael Jordan on the line. You talk about excellent defense. That looked like a pretty good play there by Joe Dumars.
Sure did.
Certainly shadowed Michael Jordan, didn't allow him to turn the corner.
That was Dumars' first foul of the game, by the way. 1:38 remaining. B.J. Armstrong on now, late getting the left player who hits the shot, and they have the mismatch down on the baseline.
And what the Pistons are doing is they're exploring an inbound.